Thank you all for listening and watching my videos. Please subscribe and like my channel Master Coolitz. Hoping that you will not skip my ads. It's a big help for me by not skipping it. Thank you so much. Dragon Shadow. The Rise.
In the heart of the battlefield, Zane Martel's thoughts were consumed by one figure, Madame Tina. He could never forget the woman who had taken Elora away from him. Madame Tina was a formidable presence. If she wasn't in the advanced level, she had surely reached the expert level. A figure like hers was undoubtedly a high-ranking member of the Five Spirits sect in the Seven Kingdoms Alliance, someone who could control the entire battlefield. With this realization, Zane Martel's heart raced. If Madame Tina was at the center of the battleground, then Elora could be there too. Determined, Zane Martel quickened his pace, heading towards the heart of the battleground. Beside him, Eric Helm filled him in on the latest developments.
We got here half a day before you, Zane Martel. We handed over the prisoners of war to the higher-ups, then returned to the battlefield.
Concern etched into Eric Helm's face as he looked at Zane Martel.
Zane Martel, you have to be careful.
Why?
Word spread about you injuring Evan Blackwood in the Watercloud stream and driving the mountain-moving flying boat regardless of the consequences. The ancestor of Lishan's sect knows. If their characters are anything to go by, they might not trouble you personally, but it won't be easy for you.
Zane Martel nodded, but his resolve didn't waver. He'd make the same choices again if necessary. They fought their way through enemies, Zane Martel's strength growing with each life he took, his talent devouring their blood energy and vital energy. An hour later, they reached the heart of the Seven Stars grassland. To their surprise, the center was eerily calm. No fierce battle raged. Everyone stood still, a massive ring in the center, surrounded by 100 pillars, 20 of them golden against the grayish-white stone. Around the ring, 200 to 300 people gathered, all in the intermediate level. In the sky, two powerful figures stood, their auras like an abyss suffocating those below. One was a golden-haired, muscular man, the other a woman with a horsetail whisk. Zane Martel recognized her instantly. Madame Tina. Even if she turned to ashes, he'd know her. Desperation filled him as he scanned the crowd, searching for Elora. Eric Helm noticed Zane Martel's frantic searching.
Who are you looking for, Zane Martel?
But Elora was nowhere to be found. Zane Martel's heart sank. She wasn't here. Worse, she could be among the 200,000 who had perished. Eric Helm, curious, approached a member of the Seven Kingdoms Alliance.
Hey, what's going on here? Why isn't anyone fighting?
The member shrugged, equally puzzled.
Your guess is as good as mine. I just got here.
Oh, don't you know? Eastern Palm invaded because they're looking for a secret place in the Eastern Prairie. It's caught the Seven Kingdoms Alliance's attention.
As Zane Martel and Eric Helm absorbed this information, the tension in the air grew palpable. The mystery of the Calm Center, the secret place sought by Eastern Palm, and the absence of Elora weighed heavily on Zane Martel's mind. He couldn't shake the feeling that something monumental was about to unfold, something that could change everything. And as Zane Martel's gaze locked onto Madame Tina, his resolve hardened. Whatever it took, he'd find Elora and uncover the secrets of this battlefield. But the calm before the storm held its own dangers, and Zane Martel knew they were on the brink of something massive. The scene was set, the players in place, and the mysteries deepened. What secret lay hidden in the Eastern Prairie? And what role would Zane Martel play in the unfolding drama? The answers were close, but so were the dangers. The suspense was tangible, each breath filled with anticipation. The calm center of the battlefield was just the beginning, a precursor to the storm that was about to break. Zane Martel's journey was far from over, and the next steps promised to be more perilous than ever. With every heartbeat, the stakes grew higher, and Zane Martel braced himself for the challenges ahead. The mysteries of the Seven Stars grassland and the fate of Elora hung in the balance, waiting to be unveiled in the next gripping chapter of this saga. The tension in the air was palpable as Zane Martel and Eric Helm processed the startling news. To end the war, the allocation of spots on the name list to enter the secret level had become paramount. The top forces of both sides were converging here, drawn by the legendary stars of 10 palaces and the 7 great generals. The very thought of it stirred mixed emotions within Zane Martel and his comrades. What was in this secret level that justified such a high cost? They wondered, their curiosity piqued, and their hearts heavy with anticipation.
I heard Madame Tina from the Five Spirits sect even fought a expert-level expert from the Godwill sect over this. All hell broke loose.
Zane Martel frowned, not expecting Madame Tina to be so powerful. Clearly, something in the secret level was crucial to her. Her willingness to break rules in wage war spoke volumes.
Zane Martel, what do you think? Whatever's in that secret level must be extraordinary if people in the expert level are fighting over it. I'm coming with you. Maybe Alora might be there too.
Come what may, we're going. There's no turning back now.
As time passed, the crowd swelled to nearly 1,000, each individual exuding extraordinary strength. Suddenly, arcs of light shot through the sky, the most dazzling of which were purple and red.
Look, it's the stars of 10 palaces. The stars of 10 palaces are here.
The rays of light landed precisely on the golden pillars, revealing their true forms. Most were strangers to Zane Martel, but he recognized a few, including Kevin Strong and Caleb Pierce. Notably absent was Evan Blackwood, a testament to the damage Zane Martel had inflicted.
Why are there only 9 of them? Where's Evan Blackwood?
Could he have died on the battlefield? That's impossible. Only the 7 great generals could do that.
Zane Martel's gaze fixed on the 9 stars of 10 palaces. Their auras were powerful, their vital energy seeping continuously. Eric Helm pointed out 2 individuals atop the golden pillars.
Look, those 2 were selected by our sect. They're from the Titan Academy.
One was a man in red armor with golden dragon patterns, his face stern and determined. The other was a stunning woman in a long purple dress, her face obscured by a veil, her figure and presence divine.
Who are they?
The man is Kai Rivers, Madame Tina's son. The woman I'm not sure about. She seems newly promoted to the Stars of 10 Palaces.
The air was thick with anticipation and unease. The arrival of the Stars of 10 Palaces signaled a significant shift in the dynamics. As the golden pillars stood tall, the tension mounted. What secrets did the secret level hold? What treasures could provoke such fierce competition? And where was Alora in all this chaos? Zane Martel's heart pounded with a mix of determination and anxiety. The mysteries of the secret level were tantalizingly close, yet shrouded in danger. The next steps in their journey promised peril and discovery in equal measure. As the scene set in the 7 Stars grassland, the stakes grew ever higher. The calm before the storm was filled with unspoken questions and unresolved conflicts. Zane Martel braced himself for the inevitable clash, ready to face whatever came next. The air crackled with suspense as the gathered forces prepared for the impending confrontation. Zane Martel's resolve was unwavering, his mind focused on the challenges ahead. The mysteries of the secret level and the fate of Alora hung in the balance, poised to be revealed in the next gripping chapter of this saga. With every passing moment, the tension escalated, and Zane Martel knew the storm was about to break. The secrets of the 7 Stars grassland and the true nature of the secret level awaited, promising revelations that could change everything. As Zane Martel stood amidst the gathering forces, his heart ached with a blend of hope and fear. The journey ahead was fraught with peril, but he was ready to face it head-on. The saga continued, each step drawing him closer to the truth and the ultimate fate of Alora. The calm center of the battlefield was merely the prelude to the storm. Zane Martel's journey was far from over, and the answers he sought lay just beyond the horizon, shrouded in mystery and danger. The saga was only beginning, and the next chapter promised to be more thrilling than ever. The anticipation was electric, the stakes higher than ever. Zane Martel's gaze was fixed on the horizon, his resolve unshaken. The secrets of the secret level and the fate of Alora awaited, ready to be unveiled in the next chapter of this epic tale. One of the golden pillars, Caleb Pierce, was not radiating vital energy. His keen eyes scanned the crowd, eventually settling on Zane. A knowing smile played across his lips as he nodded, and Zane nodded back in acknowledgement. The exchange between these 2 powerhouses didn't go unnoticed. Whispers rippled through the crowd, for they knew that the stars of the 10 palaces represented the pinnacle of strength among the 7 sects.
To think I managed to injure Evan Blackwood. Had it not been for my Black Abyss sword merging with the warrior's soul, the outcome of that battle would have been far from certain.
Suddenly, the air above the arena churned. A violent hurricane materialized, its fury felt by all present. As the spectators shielded their eyes from the storm, a colossal form emerged from the swirling winds. A griffin of monstrous proportions, its body stretching over 100 meters tall, descended from the heavens. Its massive shadow engulfed the arena, casting those below into momentary darkness.
By the gods, what kind of beast is that?
That, my friend, is the symbol of the Great Eastern Palm. But why make such a grand entrance?
Could it be the 7 great generals? I've heard rumors that the Stars of 10 Palaces were assembled specifically to counter them.
The crowd's speculation wasn't far off. As the griffin landed near the arena, 8 figures disembarked, 5 men and 3 women. Their attire, far more extravagant than that of Zane's group, marked them as individuals of great importance. The air crackled with energy as the 7 great generals took their positions. Each emanated a power that surpassed the peak of the 9th stage of the intermediate level. One among them, however, stood out, their aura teetering on the precipice of advanced level.
Such immense power. It's as if they could break through to the advanced level at any moment. The 7 great generals seem far more united than us. We must not underestimate them.
The 7 great generals moved as one, their unity palpable as they leaped onto 7 of the golden pillars. Their gazes, filled with challenge and disdain, locked on to the Stars of 10 Palaces. Suddenly, a young man in his early 20s from the Great Eastern Palm glanced at them with disdain and said,
Well, well. I've heard so much about the so-called Stars of 10 Palaces. Tell me, is this pitiful gathering really the best the 7 Kingdoms Alliance could muster? What a disappointment.
Pathetic. To think we're expected to share the secrets of this level with such weaklings. Wouldn't it be simpler to eliminate them all and claim the spoils for ourselves?
Their words enraged the people in the arena.
How dare they? Their arrogance knows no bounds.
Stars of 10 Palaces, you must teach these pompous fools a lesson.
The atmosphere in the arena grew thick with hostility. The Stars of 10 Palaces, their faces set in grim determination, prepared to demonstrate their true strength. Suddenly, Madame Tina and a golden-haired man descended from the sky, their presence immediately commanding attention.
Disciples of the 7 Kingdoms Alliance, heed my words. Before you stand the Sky Shadow Pillars, claim one, and you shall receive a talisman. That item is your key to entering the Sky Shadow secret realm of the Eastern Prairie.
The rewards within are beyond your wildest dreams. But remember, the Golden Pillars grant the most powerful talismans. The higher the level of your talisman, the greater your benefits within the secret realm.
As Madame Tina's gaze swept the crowd, it lingered on Zane. A flicker of recognition passed over her face, quickly replaced by a frown.
There's no need to fight over ordinary pillars. The 7 Kingdoms Alliance and the Great Eastern Palm will each receive half. Your task is to claim the remaining 4 golden Sky Shadow Pillars.
The announcement sent a wave of excitement through the gathered disciples. The promise of power and secrets fueled their determination, each eager to prove their worth.
Madame Tina's reaction. Could it be? Is Alora nearby? I must remain alert and search for any sign of her presence.
Suddenly, a figure launched into the air, his laughter echoing across the arena.
Allow me to claim the first pillar.
The crowd watched in anticipation, but nothing happened. The lack of reaction puzzled the onlookers.
Is that it? We just stand on them? If it's that simple, I'm going for one too.
But before anyone else could move, a man from the Great Eastern Palm stepped forward, his cold gaze fixed not on the unclaimed pillars, but on the one already occupied.
A piece of trash from the 7 Kingdoms Alliance dares to claim a Sky Shadow Pillar? Don't make me laugh. Get lost, weakling.
What's your problem? There are still 3 pillars left. Why are you after mine?
You seem to misunderstand your position here. The The Seven Kingdoms Alliance is merely here for our amusement. You're nothing but an eyesore. Now get lost before I make you.
Without warning, the Eastern Palm Man's vital energy erupted from his body. His palms struck out with devastating force. The disciple from the Seven Kingdoms Alliance was sent flying, his body crashing heavily to the ground. Blood splattered from his mouth as he struggled to rise.
Pathetic. How the hell did such a weakling think he could claim a Sky Shadow Pillar? Know your place, trash bag?
This is outrageous. How dare they treat us like this? Where's the honor in such actions?
The situation quickly escalated as more disciples from the Great Eastern Palm moved toward the pillars. But strangely, they didn't claim the empty ones. It's as if they were waiting for something or someone. A woman from the Devil Flame sect seized the opportunity, leaping onto one of the golden Sky Shadow pillars. But before she could steady herself, a fist came out of nowhere, sending her flying off the pillar. She crashed to the ground, unconscious, as her attacker calmly took her place. The true nature of the Great Eastern Palm's strategy became clear. They were not just claiming pillars, they were actively preventing others from doing so.
I've had enough of this cowardly behavior. Try to stop me, fools, if you dare.
To Zane's shock, it was Brad Rooney who makes the next move. With a powerful leap, he soared towards the third golden Sky Shadow pillar. As Brad landed, his aura surged. Flames erupted around him, a blazing inferno that served as both protection and challenge to anyone who would dare oppose him. The flames swirled around his body, a terrifying power emanating from him. It was the power of fire.
Holy Mother of God, it's the power of fire. He's Brad from our academy, the Titan Academy. He's as genius as they come.
The power of fire? I'd love to see how Eastern Palm will deal with it this time.
Immediately, everyone felt a surge of excitement. Brad showed his super strength, much to the dismay of the people from Eastern Palm. Everyone else, other than the 7 great generals, wore grave expressions. After all, only geniuses were able to comprehend the power of fire within the advanced level. Therefore, for a while, no one dared to challenge him. Brad, feeling oh so complacent, looked at Zane Martel and mocked him.
Zane Martel, I'm cognizant of the fact that you have also comprehended the power of wind. Why don't you occupy a Sky Shadow pillar if you can?
Brad, who had also been on the battlefield of the Watercloud Stream, was very clear about what Zane Martel had done. When he'd first seen Zane Martel almost kill Yang Jin and Guanxiang, he had been exceedingly incredulous. That was merely the strength Zane Martel had obtained from merging with the martial spirit, which had completely dissipated by now. Zane Martel was, in Brad's opinion, merely an empty shell. Zane Martel had been his pain in the neck for a long time. Zane Martel had stolen the glory that was supposedly his. However, before Zane Martel could open his mouth, Eric Helm beat him to it, dissing Brad.
Haha, very funny. What right do you have to say that? Best if you guard your place at the Sky Shadow pillar first.
Brad's heavy brows instantly furrowed. It was one thing for Zane Martel, who at the very least was still a member of Titan Academy. But what was with Eric Helm? A mere disciple of the Azure Dragon Academy dared to talk to him like that.
It's not your turn to blabber here. It's all because of trash like you that the 7 Kingdoms Alliance has been looked down upon.
At this moment, Zane Martel spoke up.
Brad, I'm not in the mood to fight with you. Now it's about the survival of my homeland. I think you'd better take care of yourself and your pillar first.
What are you if not a coward?
While they were arguing, on the Sky Shadow pillar of the 7 Kingdoms Alliance, the beautiful eyes of the purple-robed woman from the 5 Spirits sect began to flicker. Her expression was a little solemn when her gaze landed on Zane Martel. When Zane Martel seemed to have sensed something and turned his head to look at the woman, she shifted her gaze away.
Strange. Why do I feel like someone is watching me?
At this time, someone from Eastern Palm finally came out and stopped in front of Brad. It was a bearded, middle-aged man, fierce face. Although he was only at the 7th stage of the intermediate level, he was shrouded in dense, evil energy. It triggered one's sense of danger. Zane Martell knew that this evil energy had been accumulated over the years by this extremely dangerous middle-aged man in front of him. Perhaps it was the real general of Eastern Palm.
Is there no one else in your country? Unless you've comprehended the laws of heaven and earth, you're no match for me.
Bah, who do you think you are? At best, the dregs of humanity. I've already extended a modicum of respect by showing my face.
The people from Eastern Palm broke out laughing and shouting.
What did you say? I dare you to say it again, and I'll tear your mouth off.
The other party gave him a cold look and said again,
Rubbish.
Outrageous.
A strong flame burst out near Brad's heavy body, after which 2 axes manifested in his hands. With a wave of his hands, the saber radiance burst out. The blade light and the flame merged together, and its power was so shockingly terrifying. Even a mountain could probably be split into 2 halves. Quite a few members of the Seven Kingdom Alliance cried out in excitement when they saw this. The stage was set, the clash inevitable. Who would triumph in this fierce encounter? As the flames danced and weapons clashed, the fate of the Seven Kingdoms Alliance hung in the balance. The answer awaited, shrouded in the swirling mists of impending battle. Good work! What a powerful move! We'll definitely win this time. Kill him. Show him how indestructible we are. Cheers erupted from the crowd as they watched Brad. Brad was ranked 7th on Titan Academy's bronze list. There shouldn't be a problem, they shouted. However, the middle-aged man's eyes remained unchanging, his face a mask of disdain. He slammed out both of his palms, and his vital energy seemed to fluctuate. A strange, repulsive force appeared in the air, directly deflecting the flame and the saber light. Brad took a few steps back, his face grim. When his axe landed on the repulsive force, it was as if it had cut into a muddy swamp, not exerting the slightest bit of its strength. He was shocked.
What kind of move is this? Outlandish.
I can't figure it out.
He must be a seasoned warrior who has fought on many battlefields. Perhaps this is a technique he has comprehended over the years.
Nonsense! I don't believe it! The power of fire, divine fire axe.
Brad was furious. Having just taunted them, he had been made to eat his own words in a heartbeat.
I will not stand for this.
Moreover, he'd been humiliated in front of Zane Martell, making him a joke. All the blood rushed to his face, and his body was surrounded by an amazing wave of fire. The 2 battle axes suddenly began to rotate. The wind aided the fire, and the fire borrowed the power of the wind. There was no doubt that the power of fire comprehended from heaven and earth could be revealed at this moment. An unbelievably hot threat passed by from above. The flame spun and morphed into a thick python. Wherever it passed, the arena melted into a pool of liquid. It slithered toward the middle-aged man aggressively.
Okay, this time it'll definitely work out.
The disciples of the Seven Kingdoms Alliance cheered. However, the middle-aged man bent his 10 fingers, his eyes gleaming. The strange power appeared on his callous hands again.
The color is beautiful, I'll give you that, but its strength is too weak.
Weak? When I kill you, you'll know how weak it is.
But then something happened that shocked everyone. Not only did the middle-aged man not evade, he even ran forward, his 10 fingers grabbing fiercely at the python's body. Pow! There were continuous sounds of explosions. The attack that was infused with the power of fire was forcibly grabbed in his hand, and it was swallowed by an attractive force that appeared out of nowhere. This attraction was extremely weak. Only Zane Martell could sense it.
He can actually devour it as well?
Zane Martell was a little surprised. The flames were devoured in an instant, leaving only the middle-aged man and Brad.
This can't be. It's absolutely impossible.
Brad was on the brink of losing his sanity. This was the power of the fire that he had prided himself on. Yet it had been neutralized so easily. At this time, the middle-aged man no longer hid, and his aura began to rise wildly. From the 8th stage of the intermediate level to the 9th stage, he was actually an expert at the 9th stage of the intermediate level.
Who exactly are you?
Brad's expression was grave as he asked in an incomparably livid manner. Several blue veins popped on the other party's face like that of an earthworm as he said in a heavy voice.
I heard that it was you who caught young Master Nectar Blaine and handed him over to the upper echelons of the Alliance to threaten our plan, is that right?
His words made Brad's pupils shrink, and he felt a chill in his heart.
Are you...
Exactly. I am the Deputy General of young Master Nectar Blaine. General Albert has sworn to avenge the death of his son. Now, be a good boy and straight to hell you'll go.
The air was thick with tension, and the impending clash promised to be nothing short of cataclysmic. Would Brad find a way to overcome this formidable foe? Or was this the end for the fiery warrior of Titan Academy? The answers awaited as the battle raged on.